Okay, let's just get right into it. Have you ever wondered why knowing exactly how to lose weight just isn't enough to actually do it? Well, in today's explainer, we're unpacking some truly fascinating insights from psychological and behavioral research. And honestly, this is a real game changer because it completely shifts the blame away from your willpower and places it onto a hidden mechanism right inside your brain.
Part 1. The Weight Loss Paradox. Now, what's really interesting here is the universal frustration shared equally by individuals and health professionals alike. You see, the biggest heartbreak for dietitians and trainers isn't that their methods don't work, it's that their clients just don't stick to the plan.
So we kind of have to start by asking a painful but totally necessary question. Why on earth do we buy expensive programs, consult top-tier experts, and then do absolutely nothing with their advice? I mean, we can go to the greatest nutritionist in the world, get this masterfully crafted plan for our meals and sleep, bring it home with all the excitement in the world, and then just toss it on a shelf to gather dust. Why does that happen?
Well, we all have this graveyard of intentions. Seriously, think about it. You probably have gigabytes of wellness courses sitting on your hard drive, or actually maybe even unused gym memberships just draining your wallet right now. The source material points out that this proves a massive point. Failing to lose weight, or to change any deeply ingrained habit really, is not about a lack of information. It's not a lack of rational desire either. It's a hidden underlying behavioral block.
Moving to part 2, two minds, one brain, the conscious and subconscious. To really get why this happens, we have to look at this mind-bending concept from psychology.
So, here is the great divide. We have one brain, but two very distinct consciousnesses. Your conscious mind, that's the part making the rational decision to change. It's the part of you that looks in the mirror, gets frustrated, and buys the diet course. But the subconscious mind, that's the hidden driver that actually runs the machinery. Our source details how the subconscious is processing literally every single piece of sensory data, visual, auditory, physical, every single second. Like when a speeding scooter suddenly crosses your path, it's your subconscious that stops your body before your conscious mind even registers what's going on. But here's the kicker, less than 2%. Our conscious mind uses less than 2% of our brain's processing capacity. Its function is incredibly narrow, setting tasks, building logical sequences, and planning. That is it. It simply doesn't have the bandwidth to control your physical body or your daily automatic behaviors. The subconscious handles everything else, 24/7.
Part 3. The Captain and the Crew. Let's look at how this relationship is actually designed to function when it's operating smoothly.
Experts use this brilliant metaphor. Think of your conscious mind as the captain of a ship. The captain's job is purely to set the final destination, plot the waypoints, and adjust the overall course. Crucially, the captain does not micromanage. The captain doesn't go down to the ship's cook and explain how to peel every single potato, right?
Meanwhile, the subconscious, well, that's both the ship and the crew. It utilizes its absolutely limitless capacity to execute all the complex daily functions required to keep the vessel moving forward. The crew already knows how to do their jobs, so when the captain sets a goal, the crew is supposed to just execute it using their vast resources.
Which brings us to part 4, the critical factor, the mind's bouncer. Let's see how this builds into the core problem standing between the captain and the crew.
Because, think about it, if the captain says, let's lose weight, why doesn't the crew just steer the ship in that direction? Well, psychology reveals that there's a bouncer in our brain called the critical factor. It sits right between the conscious and subconscious minds, and its entire job is to filter incoming commands. If the captain's new goal doesn't perfectly match the deep-seated registry of beliefs already held by the crew, the critical factor rejects the command entirely. The crew never even receives the order. No way.
So let's break down exactly why your diet fails step by step. Step 1, your conscious mind issues an order. Say, I want to weigh 55 kilos. Step 2, the critical factor intercepts this. Step 3, it checks your subconscious database. And what if your database says, women in my family always gain weight after having kids, or I have a desk job so I just have to be heavy? Step 4, the new goal contradicts your established internal truth, so the critical factor rejects it. You might try to force it with willpower, but your subconscious actively fights back to maintain the reality it believes is true.
Part 5. Subconscious blocks, the hidden saboteurs. So what exactly is written in that subconscious database that forces the bouncer to reject our healthy goals? It's not just thoughts about food. It's much deeper emotional programming.
The source material points out that our subconscious is often weighed down by what they call racket feelings. These hidden saboteurs include deep-seated guilt, unresolved resentment, and internalized shame. Society often instills these in us as good moral traits, like telling us that feeling guilty makes us responsible or feeling shame keeps us humble. But in reality, these are racket feelings. They pretend to protect us, but they actually rob us of our progress, completely blocking any positive physical or financial change we try to make.
And look, it's absolutely vital to understand this next point. Your subconscious isn't broken. It's not actively trying to harm you, and you definitely aren't lazy. It's simply acting as a survival mechanism. It is strictly protecting the reality it currently knows. It relies on the past to keep you safe in the present. If your past programming associates weight loss with vulnerability or holds on to guilt, it's going to view your new diet as a literal threat to your survival.
Part 6. The Path to Change. Reprogramming the Mind. So now that we know the villain of our story isn't a lack of willpower, how do we actually fix this? How do we bypass the bouncer and get the crew on board? Well, the most empowering revelation from the data is neuroplasticity. The brain is a self-learning machine. While our conscious mind is super limited in capacity, our subconscious is infinite. It can literally grow new neural connections. If we can properly communicate a goal past that critical factor, the limitless subconscious will physically rewire itself. It'll invent completely new ways, behaviors, and even metabolic responses to achieve that exact goal.
And this brings us to the ultimate solution. By bypassing the critical factor, using targeted psychological work to clear out that guilt and shame, we can reprogram the subconscious registry directly. Once your database says, I'm healthy and I easily weigh 55 kilos, the critical factor locks that in. From that moment on, your brain automatically alters your behaviors to match this new reality. You won't need to rely on exhausting willpower anymore, because your subconscious will fiercely protect your new healthy identity.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought. Before you buy another diet plan or, another gym membership, what invisible blocks do you need to clear from your crew's registry? What guilt or old family narratives are secretly steering your ship off course? Take some time to think about that, because you might just find the real key to your goals. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.